Yo guys, I got a crazy video for you today. In today's video, we were looking to test out Destruction Warlock and the recent changes with hellcaller. And I gotta say, it feels incredibly strong right now. It's really fun to play around, especially with a group that is utilizing you correctly. So we pugged a Necrotic Wake, and to my surprise, it was like a mini MDI team. It was really fun. You're gonna enjoy the gameplay. Before we get into it, I want to go ahead and show you my talents I was rocking. This build feels incredible, especially in Necrotic Wake with most of the dungeon being mass AoE pools. I do want to mention a trick you can do, and that I did at the start of this video, was I actually did a talent swap before the key starts. So when the countdown starts, you just summon your Infernal with this talent build that's on the screen right now. Instantly switch back to your primary talent build right before the key starts, and then you will be able to persist the crashing chaos buff that this talent gives you, which just increases the damage of your next 8 Rain of Fires by 35%. It only works at the beginning of the key, and it may likely be fixed. It should be fixed. I'm gonna just jump straight to the key here. So we're doing this big first pull. We didn't go over routes or anything before we started this dungeon, but this tank was not here to mess around. Popping everything here. Trying to make sure we don't soul shard cap. And we're just going to light this pool up. Going to spike over 10 mil with Arcane Mage for some crazy boss damage. And me and this DK are just going to melt these big packs like so. That pack just got obliterated. Holy shit. Alright, he's coming over to this Necromancer over here, the Gatekeeper I mean. I didn't know he was doing this pull. I definitely wasn't prepared for it cooldown wise. Luckily, throughout this key, our team does a really good job of using our offensive cooldowns at different periods of time. Also, with this being an 11, you know, an obvious caveat is most of this group's done 12s and 13s, so this is kind of cake work for us, but you never know, man. Pugging nowadays can be really rough. I failed some 11s with people that I thought would smash the dungeon like so. Shout out to all my people pugging out there. I know how rough it is. I'm right in the boat with you. I just happen to get blessed on this run here.
Embrace who you truly are.
So we had our 1-minute CD come up at a bad time. Didn't really want to use it here. He's pulling these soldiers. Not really sure what he's doing. I think we're looking to kill a fix. Gonna instant gateway over, catch up to the squad. It looks like he's going straight for the boss. Okay, I can dig this. He's got cooldowns coming up in 15. Always taking it to the big pack. Alright. I wish I had big cooldowns for this, but that's alright. I'm sure someone does. Oh my gosh, this mage is gonna go insane here. I feel like this comp is so good. Me and this Frosty K can just obliterate these big AoE packs. Look at this mage. Most of that damage he's doing right there, a lot of it's getting funneled into the boss, a lot of single target. This guy is just melting. Finally, we're popping our cooldowns here. I should be able to start catching up on the meters. Yeah, this group is cracked. This is going to be a fun round. It's really good when you have a tank. Obviously, in some of the really high key levels, gotta be careful with stuff. We definitely can't pull into the pack we just did, but it's nice to have a tank that
Embrace who you
kind of pulls these mobs in when he knows that he can. Like, he's gonna kite this boss backwards, and we're gonna pull 3 more mobs into the boss. It helps me do more single target damage. Just helps my soul shards generate a bit faster, so it's pretty beneficial here. It also gives us some percent for the add percent we need for the dungeon. Definitely pop a cooldown on that. I'm a little bit over geared for this key level. I'm rocking 630 right now. Doesn't hurt too bad. Once you start getting 12s, 13s, 14s, anything higher, that hurts like hell. You need a defensive for it every time. It's gonna kill those ads, but this boss is just dead. Alright. Holy hell. Let's go ahead and move on from that. So I don't have cooldowns coming up for another 20 seconds. Cooldowns were not lining up very well in this key just because of how fast we were moving. I'm definitely not used to going through the key this quickly, but not complaining either. Interrupt that ad, get it to group up. We got CDs coming up in about 3 to 5 seconds here. We just got all of our Withers plays, popping on Infernal now. really, you want to focus the Necromancer on these pulls. With this group, I'm like so not worried about anything just because of how bad we're destroying this dungeon, but you do want to kill that Necromancer pretty quickly or things can get out of hand. But as you see, it just gets obliterated down.
Embrace
This tank is, like I said, not messing around, going right into this next pool. I love it. My cooldowns are still rolling. It's looking really good. Interrupt's got to be on point here. Usually I like to have the tank and the healer take care of the fears, and then me and the DPS will take care of these sorcerers. Does it even really matter? Probably not. This group is just cracked out of their mind. Feels so good when you group up with people that are locked in, ready to go, know what they're doing. So again, interrupt to group it. Always use that Cataclysm to get your withers rolling. I don't have any cooldowns on this pack. Actually, I lied. I do have hellcaller active right now. Just increasing my haste a bit, making my withers do more damage. I saw a lot of people saying, you know, Warlock sustain's not very good outside of the CD window. It's really bad. And as you can see right now, we're able to still crank. It's not crazy AoE. It's 4 targets. You can still put out some really good damage. I realized no one picked up that orb. Might need it down the road. So I just went ahead and went back and grabbed it here. You can use it after the second boss. You can use it on the pulls coming up with the necromancers. Definitely use these orbs, the spears, everything, especially as you do higher keys. You get the affix here. I think we're just going to burn it down before we get into this next pool and go into it nice and buffed up. Tank's just going straight into it. This guy, like I said, was not playing around. We got all cooldowns right here too. Pop a Cataclysm, throw an Infernal down. Get all of our cities rolling here. We're just going to do some insane AoE. Again, if your group really needs it, you can focus down that Necromancer and funnel a bunch of Chaos bolts into it. Have some serious single target damage, but we have an Arcane Mage and he just destroyed it. So we didn't even need to touch it at all, really. We knew how quick we were going to kill it, and he didn't want his touch of Magi to wear off, so kind of just let him go ahead and take care of that. Now, if you don't know this, my Warlocks out there, you can gate skip this next pack. It's really easy, not complicated at all. You throw this gate down. Mine's on CD, but I'm going to take it right now. Don't even have to dismiss your pet or nothing. Nice and clean and easy. No cooldowns running into this pack. Usually you would lust here, but we're so far ahead that we don't even have lust off of cooldown. Finally have my 1 minute come up, but oh my, this DK is just unloading. This is what I mean. This group did a really good job cycling their CDs correctly, kind of splitting up our offensive use. So that DK just practically soloed that pack. That was insane. Oh my god. Get an interrupt on the fear. There's another orb. It looks like the tank's gonna grab it. Yep. We got 3 orbs right now. Probably should have just used one on the Necromancer pack. I don't even know if we're gonna need. We're definitely not gonna need all of these. That's all right. Now we got CDs coming up in 3 seconds. I'm sitting here debating: do I use it now? Do I use it for the boss? I think I end up, yeah, it looks like I end up saving it for the boss fight. Usually I like just sending cooldowns, but with this group we've been destroying packs. This pack's still going to die so quick without using any CDs. Probably at the time just thought I'd get more value using it on the boss. If this was a higher key level and this stuff were to, you know, die a little bit slower, I definitely would have just sent my cooldowns off of CD there.
Embrace who you truly are.
That's the biggest thing for newer players or for new Warlock players, really any class you're playing, is just CD management, knowing when to use your cooldowns, how to get the max benefit out of them. Still killing this, but he's just going to go right into the boss, alright. Go ahead and finish this guy off real quick. There we go. We got the ads coming in. Definitely got to get range kicks on the mage, but we have a DK just gripping everything in, so it's lovely. They're going to melt before they're even a problem. These ads can be really scary on higher key levels as well. Make sure you're down in that mage. Oh my god, look at this mage's damage right now. This boss is just destroying. In hindsight, I definitely should use my CDs on the last pack. Literally did not need me at all on this boss, it looks like. I'm going to start ramping here, kind of catching up my damage, but shout out to this mage, man. He's a straight pumper. This whole group is. But yep, we're going to get another ad set here. Same thing. I'm saving my spear for the next boss as well. I'll just go ahead and kick that mage to get it grouped up. Even though the boss is low, we're still going to kill these ads off. If we end up letting them get a frostbolt volley off, we could end up very well easily dying on this boss here. So just take care of those ads, and we'll easily finish off this boss here. Probably could have used my 1 minute cooldown here at the end as well, but I never really think it's good to hold our 1 minute CD. Otherwise, you're just getting one less use out of it because you always want to line it up with your Infernal.
We cannot rest until these invaders are purged from our skies.
Good news though is I have pretty much all cooldowns coming up ready here. I'm letting the tank know, let's go big. I mean, we've been doing it all dungeon, why stop now, right?
Just a moment longer.
And due to how far we are ahead, we're just going to go ahead and lust this pack as well. So this should get melted here. Yep, popping all cooldowns. Got most of our withers rolling. Making sure to not overcap on our shards here. And we are just going off. This group is a lot of fun. Got hit by the cleave pretty hard right there. Usually you want to always line that up and make it hit another enemy and not myself. I knew I was going to take the blunt of that, so I just popped a cooldown. I thought I was lined up here, and I wasn't. So that was our one death of the key. Definitely was pretty salty about that at the time. I thought that I was, you know, lined up with one of the enemies and that they would eat the cleaver, but I guess I was just a step or two off. I could have just used a cooldown in preparation for that, but I didn't think it would hit me. So regardless, res up, come back up here. Keep it rolling. I'm pretty much always casting these Rain of Fires until we get down to about 3 or 2 targets, or if we have a primary target that I absolutely have to burn down. The Arcane Mage in the group, he does a really good job of that, so it's not as much of a worry. We have cooldowns coming up in 20 seconds. Probably just going to send them as soon as they come up here. Want to make sure we have them for this boss. But we have a couple ad packs after this pool as well, so. Get the interrupts on these mobs. Make sure that if you're fixated, you're not going to just stand there and take the hits, or you will die. Throw cleavers need to be lined up to hit the ad. He's going to throw his cleaver and boom. Chunk him for like 20% of his health. I didn't send CDs on that pool. I'm going to go ahead and send them here. Even though it's only 4 mobs, going to go ahead and go with the Rain of Fire spam. Especially considering we're running the talent that makes them take 3% increased damage when they're standing in the Rain of Fire. The trend all dungeon has been just a good job of us cycling our offensive CDs here. So one of us have damage rolling, and the next person will have the next pack. So myself, you know, mainly 2-minute cooldowns. I have a mini burst every 1 minute. I know the mage has big bursts every 1.5 minutes and has mini bursts every 45 seconds. I believe Frost DKs have a 1 minute and a 2 minute, so we're able to usually stay pretty lined up here.
Get to work. And don't fail me like your predecessor.
Right here, yep, I'm going to go ahead and save my 1 minute. I know I'm going to have it up when I need it on the boss. You don't need to pop your cooldowns on the next boss until Stitch Flesh becomes active, so don't need my cooldowns in the pool. And like I said a minute ago, I used my big CDs on the last pack, Mage used it here, and it's done for. That Spew Disease hurts really bad, especially on a higher key. Definitely pre-DR it. Use a damage reduction, some type of wall, absorb shield, whatever you got, defensive. Just move out of it immediately and you'll be alright. On this boss, I made a really big mistake and I'll point it out. Really doesn't matter as we're able to just melt it anyways, but right now I'm holding CDs, the meat hook's coming out. Right here, I should pop my Infernal because it takes me a second to ramp my damage. I kind of wait a couple seconds, that's okay. Cataclysm right away, that's all good. My big issue is I should have just used Spy Masters right here. I did not expect this boss to get destroyed the way he did. But as you're seeing right now, he is getting obliterated. I mean, I just popped my Spy Masters when the boss was already at 50%. I only got like 8 seconds of value out of it instead of the full 20 seconds, so really bad, but like I said, look at that damage. It doesn't matter. Mage DK went insane, and our overall is just looking crazy. On this last boss, the only tip I really have is make sure you save your CDs. You can use them on pool if you have your CDs lined up to use them on pool. You likely won't if Stitch Flesh goes well. But other than that, you know, obviously move from these comment storms. Make sure you don't use your CDs until you know right here, that Dark Exile. So it sent down the mage, and then now I can kind of send in these CDs I have. Because I know I'm not going down, you know, for a good 30 seconds to a minute here. The one thing that sucks is you don't want to pop your CDs on this boss and then get sent down to the bottom phase. Because then you just waste them and you lose a ton of damage on the fight. Here it's just standard cookie cutter, you know, single target here. He's sending the DK down now, so I know I'm good to send my CDs when they come up. Yep, I'm gonna send my CDs now. They're just now coming up. When you come up from that down phase, you make sure you're standing in the corner like that mage is right now. Boom, drop the ice patch. And then we have plenty of room to work with on our platform here. He's about to send me down. I still had like 5 seconds left in my cooldown use, so not perfect. Wish I didn't get sit down there. I was still ramping, but overall not bad. Warlocks can get through this phase really quick with an instant gate. I was scared to take it right there because of the crash coming down, but as you saw, just use my Burning Rush. Made me fly through this phase here. Interrupt that cast, kill it off, and easy peasy. Back to the top. Now we got a minute and 10 seconds left on the timer here to get the 3 chests. It's looking good. We're definitely going to get it here. Usually I would go and stand and drop it off on a corner. I was right here. I know this boss isn't going to last much longer. That was really bad timing with the storm and the patch coming down at the same time. So I used my Burning Rush and popped a couple defensive cooldowns there. I was able to dodge, so we're doing fine. It's also really good to send your CDs after you get sent down as you get a little damage buff. Boom, there's the key. And that's going to wrap up this video. Yo, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you so much. Please drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the commentary and what videos you would like to see next. If the video was good, you liked it, was helpful in any way, please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.